want you to do something for me right now. Just glance in the nearest mirror, or even the dark screen of your phone, and look at your cheeks. Because here is a little truth that the makeup counter has quietly built a fortune on. Of everything you can do to look instantly more awake, more rested, and yes, younger after 50, nothing works faster than a soft flush of color high on the cheeks. It is the closest thing to an instant lift there is, and the counter knows it. That is why there is a little bottle of blush on a beauty counter right now that sells for around $30, promising that perfect, expensive-looking flush. And there is a drugstore blush that gives the very same flush, the same color, the same healthy glow for around $8. Same result on the same cheeks. And here is the part the counter would very much prefer you never noticed, which I will show you in a moment. So today, I am giving you 9 specific drugstore cheek products, each one a cheap hero against the exact luxury one it goes head-to-head with, so that by the end, you can put that youthful, lifted flush back in your cheeks for less than the price of a single fancy tube. Here are the rules, so you know exactly what kind of list this is. Rule 1. Nobody pays me. No brand, cheap or luxury, sponsors this video, and nobody mailed me a blush to keep me quiet. If the drugstore one is genuinely worse, I will tell you plainly, and today that happens in one honest place I will flag clearly. Rule 2. Every single one is a real, specific head-to-head, a named drugstore product against a named luxury one, with the actual reason the cheap one holds up on skin over 50. And Rule 3. There is one place where spending a little more is genuinely worth it, and it is not the $30 blush. And I will tell you exactly what it is at the end. But first, 30 seconds on the secret that unlocks this whole video. And for our age, it is the most useful thing I will tell you all day, because it is not even mostly about price. Here it is. When it comes to blush after 50, the single most important choice is not how much you spend, it is the format you choose, cream and liquid versus powder. A cream or a liquid blush melts down into the skin and becomes part of it, giving a soft, dewy, lit from within flush that looks like real, healthy color coming up through your skin. A powder blush sits on top of the skin, and on mature skin, which is drier and has more texture and fine lines, powder can cling to those lines and pores and look flat, dusty, and older. So the secret is to reach for cream and liquid, and here is the wonderful part. The very best cream and liquid blushes at the drugstore melt in exactly as beautifully as the $30 ones. Because a pigment suspended in a soft skin-like base is the same idea at $8 and at $30. You are not buying a more flattering flush at the counter. You are buying a fancier tube around the same idea. And this one secret alone, cream and liquid over powder, will do more for how youthful your cheeks look than any amount of money ever could, which is exactly why I want you to hold on to it as we go. Let me prove it. 9 times. Let us count them down. Number 9, and we start with the one that gives the most youthful, natural result for the least money, a liquid blush. The famous luxury liquid blush sells for around $23. The drugstore versions, the Milani Cheek Kiss, and the ELF Camo sell for around $7 to $10, and side-by-side comparisons rate them as high as a 97% match to the luxury original. A liquid blush gives that dewy, natural, just came in from a walk, flush that melts into the skin and looks like real color, which is the single most flattering thing you can put on a mature cheek. And the pigment doing that is the same at $8 and at $23. Who is it for? Every woman over 50 who wants a fresh, dewy, natural flush. $8, and it may be the most flattering thing on this whole list. And I mean that genuinely, because if there is one single product that takes 10 years off a tired face in 5 seconds, it is a soft liquid flush high on the cheeks, catching the light the way your own color did when you were younger. $8 for that. And the next one is the cream version for a cushiony, buildable glow. Number 8 is a cream blush, the cushiony, blendable kind you can pat on with a finger. The luxury cream blushes sell for around $30. The drugstore versions sell for around $8. A cream blush gives a slightly more velvety, buildable flush than a liquid. And because it melts into the skin the same way, it flatters dry, mature cheeks beautifully without ever looking dusty or sitting in a line. It is the easiest blush to apply with nothing but your fingertips, blended up toward the temple for a subtle lift. And a creamy, blendable flush is a creamy, blendable flush at $8 or $30. Who is it for? Any woman over 50 who wants an easy, cushiony, natural flush she can apply with her fingers. $8, not $30. And the next one is the warm bronzer that brings life back to a tired complexion. Number 7 is a cream bronzer to add warmth and life back to a complexion that has gone a little flat or pale with age. The luxury cream bronzers sell for around $40. The drugstore versions sell for around $9. As we age, skin can lose some of its natural warmth and look a bit washed out, and a soft cream bronzer swept gently where the sun would naturally warm your face brings back a healthy, lit, just back from a lovely holiday glow, and the cream formula melts in without the dusty, muddy look powder can give mature skin. And the warmth it adds is the same warmth at $9 and at $40. Who is it for? Any woman over 50 whose complexion looks a little pale, flat, or tired. $9, not $40. And this is one of those small changes that makes people ask if you have been somewhere sunny, because a whisper of warmth in the right places undoes that gray, drained, underlit look that creeps in with age and a long winter, and it does it in about 10 seconds for $9. And the next one is the liquid highlighter that puts light back into the skin. Number 6 is a liquid highlighter to add a soft lit from within glow to the high points of the face. The luxury liquid glow products sell for around $44. The famous drugstore one, the ELF Halo Glow, sells for around $9, and beauty lovers everywhere have declared it a near identical match to the luxury original. As skin matures, it loses its natural luminosity and can look a bit dull, and a soft liquid highlighter tapped high on the cheekbones gives back that youthful, dewy, healthy gleam, without the harsh, glittery shimmer that powder highlighters can leave sitting in the texture of mature skin. And the soft glow it gives is the same glow at $9.44. Who is it for? Any woman over 50 who wants a soft, natural, lit from within radiance. $9, not $44. And the trick after 50 is the softest touch, just the very tops of the cheekbones where the light would naturally catch. Because a whisper of glow reads as healthy, hydrated, youthful skin, while too much or the wrong glittery kind only draws the eye to texture. And the $9 liquid gives you exactly that soft, believable gleam. And the next one is the 2-in-1 stick that does your cheeks and lips in one swipe. Number 5 is a cream cheek and lipstick, one little multitasker that adds a coordinated flush to your cheeks and a wash of color to your lips. The luxury multi-sticks sell for around $38. The drugstore versions sell for around $8. This is the busy woman's secret. And honestly, the older I get, the more I love simplicity. One swipe of the same soft color on the cheeks and lips gives a pulled-together, monochromatic, effortlessly youthful look in about 15 seconds, and it is perfect for a handbag or for touch-ups. And a cream color that works on lips and cheeks is exactly that at $8 or $38. Who is it for? Any woman over 50 who wants a fast, easy, coordinated flush of color on cheeks and lips. $8, not $38. And there is a real elegance to that monochromatic look, the same soft rose on lip and cheek, because it reads as pulled together and intentional in a way that takes years off. And yet, it is genuinely the easiest, most forgiving thing in your bag. No brushes, no mirror, no skill required. And the next one is the good brush that quietly makes cheap blush look expensive. Number 4 is a good makeup brush, and this one is a little different because it is the one place a small upgrade genuinely transforms your result, no matter what blush you use. The luxury cheek brushes sell for around $40 and up. A soft, well-made drugstore brush sells for around $8 to $10. Here's the honest truth almost no one tells you. A huge amount of whether blush looks blended and expensive or patchy and harsh comes down to the brush, not the blush. And a soft, fluffy, well-made brush blends any blush, cheap or luxury, into a seamless, professional flush. So this is the small tool that makes your $8 blush look like a $50 result. And a soft, well-made brush is soft and well-made at $8 or $40. Who is it for? Every woman over 50, no matter what blush she uses. $8, and it upgrades everything else on this list. And this is the quiet lesson under the whole video, really. Because so often what women blame on a cheap product, the patchiness, the harsh edge, the stripe of color, was never the product at all. It was the tool and the technique. And a soft brush and a gentle blending hand make an $8 blush look like it was done by a professional. And the next one is the powder blush for those who truly prefer it, done right for mature skin. Number 3 is a powder blush because some women simply prefer a powder, especially if the skin is oilier, and that is completely fine when it is done right. The luxury powder blushes, including the single most famous blush in the world, sell for around $30. The drugstore powder blushes sell for around $7, and the most famous luxury shade has been matched by drugstore dupes for many years. If you love a powder, the trick after 50 is to apply it over a well-moisturized, primed cheek and to use a soft brush and a light hand so it does not cling to texture. And the pigment in a powder blush is the same pigment at $7 and at $30. Who is it for? Any woman over 50 with oilier skin or who simply prefers a powder finish. $7, not $30. And I will never tell you the format you love is wrong, because makeup should be a pleasure, not a rule book. So if powder is your comfort and your habit of 40 years, use it happily. Just prep the skin and use a light hand and buy it for $7 instead of $30. And the next one is the cream blush and bronzer palette that puts a whole cheek routine in your bag. Number 2 is a cream cheek palette, a single compact with coordinated blush, bronzer, and highlighter that gives you an entire cheek routine in one place. And I am putting it near the top because it is where the luxury brands love to charge a small fortune for convenience. The luxury cheek palettes sell for around $60. The drugstore versions sell for around $14. Having your flush, your warmth, and your glow all coordinated in one compact takes the guesswork out of a beautiful cheek and is perfect for travel, or for a woman who wants one simple thing that does it all. And three lovely coordinated cream shades are three lovely coordinated cream shades at $14 or $60. Who is it for? Any woman over 50 who wants a simple, all-in-one, foolproof cheek routine. $14, not $60. And there is real kindness in that simplicity because on the mornings when you are tired or rushed or just not feeling like fussing, one little compact that hands you the whole cheek in 3 easy steps is worth its weight in gold, and it should not cost $60 to make getting ready feel easy. And now, number 1, the single most worshipped, most sold blush in the entire world, and the honest verdict. Number 1 is the famous luxury blush that beauty lovers have called the perfect flush for decades, at around $30. And I put it here because it is the single most iconic, most repurchased, most imitated blush there has ever been. The one whose shade name women know by heart, the one that feels like a rite of passage to own. And let me be completely fair, it is a beautiful blush, and the shade genuinely is universally flattering. But here is the honest verdict. That famous flattering shade is not a secret that lives only in the luxury compact. It is a color, and a color can be matched. And it has been matched for years by drugstore blushes costing a quarter of the price that give the very same glow on the cheek. When people wear the dupe on one cheek and the original on the other, they genuinely cannot tell which is which in a photograph. You were never paying $30 for a more flattering flush. You were paying it for the famous name on the compact and the feeling of owning the icon. Buy the $8 one, wear the same perfect flush, and keep the rest. And think about how that famous shade became famous in the first place, because it makes the whole point for me. It was not a patented breakthrough or a secret pigment from a mountain somewhere. It was simply a beautifully judged, universally flattering color that a brand mixed and then marketed brilliantly for decades. And the moment a flattering color exists in the world, it can be matched. And a drugstore chemist matched it for $8. The genius was the marketing, not a magic in the compact your cheeks could ever feel. Now, here is how you judge any blush yourself without me, and it takes about 11 seconds. Do not shop by the brand on the compact, because that is exactly the theater the price is hiding behind. Do 2 things. First, choose your format for your skin. And after 50, that almost always means a cream or a liquid that melts in, not a powder that sits on top and clings to lines. And second, match the shade, swatch the drugstore one and the luxury one side by side on the back of your hand and see the color for what it truly is, not the name on it. And 9 times out of 10, the color is a match. Do that one swatch test this week, your most expensive blush against its drugstore rival, and it will quietly end the counter's hold on your cheeks forever. And if you want the rest of this series, the foundations that beat the luxury counter, the skincare that humbles the $90 creams, subscribe, because I do this every single week. No sponsor, no PR box, no counterpaying me. Just me and a swatch on the back of my hand. Now I promised you the one place spending a little more is genuinely worth it, and here it is, honest and small. It is not a more flattering flush because that tops out at about $8. What a little more money can occasionally buy is a genuinely more refined, buttery texture in the very best luxury creams. and sometimes a wider, more thoughtfully curated range of shades to find your exact perfect one. That is real, and it is pleasant. So if you have found one luxury cheek color you truly adore, that is exactly your shade and feels like a small daily joy to use, then owning that one is a lovely little luxury bought with open eyes. The key word, as always, is one. One beautiful blush you love, and the rest, the bronzer, the highlighter, the brush, the everyday shades from the drugstore where the flush is just as pretty. Pay for the one small joy if it is genuinely yours. Never pay for the name on the compact. So strip away all 9 products, and here is what you actually keep. The villain was never the famous blush, or the brand, or the woman who adores her one perfect compact. The villain is the reflex, the quiet little voice that says the $30 blush must give a more beautiful, more flattering flush than the $8 one, when it is the same color in the same kind of melt-into-skin formula, giving the same youthful glow. The pigment does not know what it cost. Your cheeks cannot read the compact. Choose a cream or a liquid that melts into your skin. Match the shade and ignore the name. Blend it up and out with a soft brush for that instant lift, and you will have the freshest, most youthful, most lifted flush over 50 for a fraction of what the counter wanted, and never feel talked down to at that mirror again. And of all the things on this channel, this might be the most joyful one to act on, because it is not about fixing a flaw or fighting the years. It is simply about putting a little life and light back into your own face. The healthy flush you have always had, and discovering it costs $8 and takes 5 seconds, not $30 and a trip to a counter that makes you feel you should apologize for asking the price. So tell me down in the comments, which expensive blush did you swear was worth it? And which one are you finally going to replace with the $8 version that gives the very same flush? Be honest, I read every single one. And in the next video, I am doing something a little different and close to the heart. The beloved products they quietly reformulated and ruined, and the real replacements for the ones you have been missing. Subscribe so you do not miss it.